Welcome back to Chariot Palmistry. In this video, we're going to be talking about the zodiac sign of Gemini in Astropalmistry. We're going to look at which part of the hand the lines for Gemini are at, and also how to calculate the various degrees where Gemini is influencing you in your life. But also let me explain, we're not talking about Gemini, the sun sign. So if you were born under the zodiac sign of Gemini, that's not what we're talking about. What we're talking about here applies to everybody, because everybody has Gemini somewhere in their birth chart. So first, let's actually have a look at what Gemini is and what it represents. Gemini is the third natural sign of the zodiac, and it's ruled by Mercury. Now Mercury is all about intelligence, communication, and understanding the world around us, and to a large degree that's what Gemini represents as well. But if you look at the sign for Gemini, you'll see twins over here, and they call this a dual sign in astrology, because this is really about understanding the us and them. So there's two elements there, and it's all about duality. So the location for Gemini on your hands, it's at the bottom phalange of the index finger. I want you to have a look at the horizontal lines here and also the vertical lines. Before I go into detail on exactly what those means, there's always going to be a line at the cusp over here. That's the cusp between Taurus, where that energy turns into Gemini. That line, everyone's got that, and that's a sign of difficult energy as a planet transits between Taurus to Gemini. So when that happens, it's going to affect you in a negative way. But generally speaking, the horizontal lines over here are a sign of debilitated energy, or whenever a planet transits over these degrees, it's going to give some hard energy to you. On the other hand, when a planet travels over the vertical lines here, that's going to give you good energy. So to explain what I mean by this, let's calculate the various degrees of Gemini itself. So the very top of this phalange is marked as 0 degrees, and the bottom of this phalange becomes 30 degrees. The midpoint is 15 degrees, and you can subdivide this area until you can calculate how big or the length of 1 degree should be at. So in this hand, for example, we've got a big horizontal line at about 24 degrees. And we've got several small vertical lines at around about 8 degrees and also at around about 15 degrees. So whenever a planet transits these points specifically, so it's going to give you a bad event if it travels over 24 degrees Gemini, and that same planet's going to give you good events if it travels over 8 degrees Gemini or 15 degrees Gemini. And what those good events are depends on what's happening on your actual palm. Right then guys, that is Gemini on your hand. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Otherwise, we're going to go through the whole zodiac here, so make sure you hit like and subscribe to see all the lines throughout the zodiac. And eventually we're going to put all of this together to do a whole video series on Astropalmistry and how to use that system to make more accurate results with palmistry and also for astrology too. That's coming up guys, thanks a lot.